Hey guys, I increased the microphone volume slightly from 35 to 20. Looks like that should be okay. It does sound like there was a minimal quality decrease in the sound. Not much. I'm an audiophile, so I heard it, but the advantage of actual surround sound instead of stereo far outweighs that. And in addition, even on YouTube, I did notice even on YouTube that there was a noticeable video quality increase with that sentence. So we're saving the same sentence we did with part 6 into part 7. Part 7 will be short because last night was long, but I do plan to do a part 8 tomorrow. Whew. Not gonna play too much tonight. In fact, to be honest, I'm probably going to chase down the Notorious Marks first. Maybe I'll start Ghost Story Quest, but I'm going to chase down the Notorious Marks first. Okay, looks like I can't go to Rosaria to get 2 of the marks and then the other place to get the other one. Looks like we're doing the story after all.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav?
Wears. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small?
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. At least I think there was a Black Shields.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Well, what do you think? If only we were. That's a fair old scar you got there, by the way. How'd you get it?
Excuse me,
You haven't heard? The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire...
don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for him.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and you are to leave Amber and never...
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but the Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then this village will not bick.
Then we shall be on our way. These... in the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, we still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the... A new ally would certainly be welcome. Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apollo tree, there's been more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it. Straight home now.
This one.
Make it look easy.
Fly, Ambrosia.
More of my mother's men.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome last...
Say that. I'll show you a true shield to protect. This one. tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Auldhyl. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Auldhyl's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Bewit Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosabeth.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Begone!
How am I to sell them?
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Nice try. Get him. Go for it. Over here. This one.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! Our children are starving!
Have mercy!
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Fuck off! I'm the jealous bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, away with you, filth! Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built. The Lazarus.
If you're sure, do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Auldhyl.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bear...
Or the
Please note it said defeated and not slain, and you could see the people getting up.
There is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Auldhyl.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And Since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Bewit Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
In the flesh. Once when I was your age.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units.
How small exactly?
Small enough.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
So Wade, the bearers from Auldhyl have been laid to rest.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I did that.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now?
We bear a message for the Vicereine.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Die along with your flame! Forest area!
Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Over here!
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
We finish him.
I don't see any more.
It did.
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud!
Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings.
Perhaps. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but yet be that as it may, it is still our home. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy and her loyal subjects may dream of a day.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Porter's Alder before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long?
Since the beginning. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared.
And appearances must. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord. It is why he remains ever vigilant.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. All right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always
always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustenus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles, cowering behind their walls rather than join. I could have sworn.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? I borrowed... Oh, where's this from?
If it...
Well... But you're...
Something tells me you won't be...
Fantastic!
So...
Chance's stew. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed, a beast, no doubt.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets...
Roses. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something.
Did we never
There are
hear
new
about
billets
these
being
guardians of
posted
the
every day. Clive!
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally, it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him. Something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear.
Fine.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk...
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go wait a bit, then head...
monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about...
I told you not to stick your nose in my...
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. Please, mate.
Phil, it's not the sort of thing you bother people.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. There. You got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he...
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I...
Glad to hear it. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way it turned, but it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Makes all his stuff to order, but the
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. He don't trust hunters neither. Which...
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited?
Thank you, Karen.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherwork.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets.
Good idea. Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Unwanted
Boy, you're looking for scorpion tails. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing, and even if they were, you wouldn't
do the scorpion.
I dare say they do. 3 reeds would be your best bet.
Thank you.
Stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to Basel.
Oh, there aren't any more of them.
How do? There you go. Thanks very much. Anything catch your eye? That all, is it?
Stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to Martha, I'd be down.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Faster! Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. Over here! This one. I better get this back to Atone before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least. Let's go. I can walk from here.
After what the Empire
Stay
did to
sharp.
Arthur's love, I'd be daft.
You don't know when those bastards will be back.
You do know one thing. They'll be getting a proper Rosarian.
Anything catch your eye?
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each
Exactly
other.
leave old Martha in the lurch after everything she's done for us.
Price them turnips.
It'll take ages to tidy all of this stuff up.
All right, Sid.
Good girl. Enough of you, are there? Don't get surrounded. That'll do, girl.
I'm an idiot. The horror man had a red X over it. That's the one I killed in part 5 or part 6 video. Apparently they stay on the board after they... now that I look at it closely, I didn't look at it closely. The horror man, I was like, wait a moment, why does that sound familiar? It sounds familiar because that's the one I already killed. Before I looked at the hunt board. Apparently the ones I get killed stay on the hunt board but put a red X over it. So, yeah, there aren't 4 to hunt, there's 3. 2 now. And the other 2 are in Sam Break. Let's get those done before I end the night. Normal 2-hour video tonight.
Good day to you. You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
I've caught my share with it, as did my grandfather before me.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? You're more likely.
The name's Camille.
Not so lowly from what I... You remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not ought to caress from me after I lost my buyer. Didn't stop her bartering me down. She sent you for...
It's not her who sent me.
Well...
You should be. He's a master of his art.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life, and thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it.
In that case, I'll see.
I'd be much obliged if... Right. I've got some griefs to make. You send your blacksmith my regard.
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And it turns out he's from Tabor. And again, but our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret. The detail...
We better keep this close to our chest.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Still, I'm glad you found him.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. Right, now that's sorted. Oh, thanks, Clive.
Clive. Not saying fortune, do you? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. And how am I meant to do that, then? Anything else? What do you need? What do you want?
and they can only be gotten from a level B and a level A Notorious Mark. Those two materials. It's happening, Byron. We're finally starting to hit walls. Oh my goodness. Oh, and those marks won't unlock until we get further into the game. We need to unlock Gelatinous Mass. We need to unlock the Flan Prince. Target of the Money Murder Bounty. After the bolts from the blue main story quest. And then the Electrum. When was the Electrum? The Electrum is from the Severian Notorious Mark, which is after completing Fire and Ice. So those are the two new Notorious Marks I have to get if I want to do the next upgrade. Yay. Whew. Okay. I wonder if they'll be unlocked. Didn't I already do Fire and Ice? I wonder if they'll get unlocked. Well, we have one more Notorious Mark. I wonder if more get unlocked after you complete some.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster.
Did you? I didn't.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous.
You wouldn't be wrong.
I present. Shan't grab a spoon, Sid.
I'm
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the... Odin's teeth! What an assault on the senses! And... It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but... I must share this gift. I won't a single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm...
Typical noble.
What will it be today?
The Iron Kingdom.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath there. The mother crystal that rises. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had... As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's breath, and plucked it from the duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of making Drostanus the holiest from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate,
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge.
Maven. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Same way they never...
Keep them pilchards nice and chill.
Look at this place.
Rest well. I know I will.
That monster's taking quite
quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Won't be long now, Martel. See,
Is everything all right?
oh, yeah, it's just
It's good to know there's something of the old.
Martel's pride and joy. I took it on, you see, after she... And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty.
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers. You couldn't take them some, could you? Oh, she always... Here you go. You hear that, Mart?
Typical nobles.
You two.
Martel.
Weren't she the girl from the furrow?
Of course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane mark.
These aren't those apples, are they? She'd have been proud, and rightly. Them old apples were enough to
How did we never hear
There are
about
new
these
things.
Blimey, these Old Sid was the only one who could stomach them. He'd have them right from the branch.
That sounds like the Sid I knew.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourself?
Hang on.
I reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some up.
Well, you can leave the basket with me.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regard.
They like your fruit.
It's not the
Headlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
She's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Typical nobles.
And how may I assist you today? Allow me to educate you. Here you are. Very good.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? All yours. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
It will be over soon.
Jill. When you told you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath.
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the crystalline Orthodox. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me, and I know that I can do it.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too, all while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud. Useful trick. Freezing and thawing the spray to make mist. How did you learn to use your powers like this?
The Masters made me do it, when the Crusaders took to the seas, to keep the fleet's movements from prying eyes. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
This may be the only chance I get to go back. My only chance to put things right. I have to do this. Whatever the cost.
All right.
she is. The Iron Kingdom's mother crystal.
Drake's breath. Strong currents, sharp rocks, and ether floods. Let's not forget them. This island is a natural fortress.
But safety breeds complacency, allowing a single rowing boat to slip in unseen. The sanctuary is inside the mountain. If we follow the old trail, we should be able to enter by the back gate.
Right. Let's go. I always imagined when I came here it would be to reclaim it.
It used to belong to Rosaria, didn't it?
Once, though it's been in the Ironblood's clutches for far too long.
As was I. For 13 years, this rock was my home. I know its secrets only too well. This path was abandoned after an ether flood. They don't guard it anymore.
The perfect little shortcut.
And that's for tomorrow. Well, there's Fire and Ice. That's going to unlock one of the two, what do you call it, we need. Fire and Ice was one of the two that I mentioned. I guess we didn't do Fire and Ice because this is it right here. Yeah, I definitely need to start dodging more. Anyway, I'm tired. Hey. Well, I'll upload that video tomorrow, of course, and tomorrow's a day off, so I'll play one more time. Game on.